Hello, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent Nikken consultant, and this is a Royal Alliance product showcase put together by independent consultants, not Nikken corporate, but it's designed to introduce people to Nikken through the experience of us consultants, distributors, and customers. So I'm going to share a few slides, and then we're going to talk about our own personal experiences with the Nikken products. So let me go to my little PowerPoint here that's been put together by Nikken independent consultants. Nikken is a 42-year-old company that was founded in Japan in 1975. And from the very beginning, it's been all about wellness. In the Western medical world, it's sort of about we wait till people fall apart and then we try to fix them up with medication and surgery and so on. But in the East, they spend much more time on prevention and diet and physical activity. And so coming out of that tradition, Nikken has really been studying how to get us well and keep us well naturally for the last 42 years. So it's all about discovering active wellness and living a life in balance. It's really about the small lifestyle choices we make every day. The compounding effect of our daily choices and habits determines the quality of our life, our income, health, relationships, happiness, success, and so on. And if you're watching the video, you see there's a little guy on top of a mountain, humans being more. And that's been the basic motto of the company from the beginning. It's about building people from the ground up, literally, and educating ourselves to make good lifestyle choices. It's not big choices like, oh, I'm going to, in September, I'm going to lose 50 pounds or something, or I'm going to join a club the first of the year. It's really about the little decisions we make every day. And those lifestyle choices determine whether we're going to be victims of chronic stress or be humans being more on the road to achieving our full potential. And when I started Nikken, I was a family counselor, and I found that this was really the core of healthy family life, was those little decisions. What are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you doing? And that determines now the quality of life within the family. So our health environment is a lot worse than when I started Nikken 20 years ago. Of course, the baby boomers are getting older and having some issues, but the whole society is exposed to way more toxic burden on our bodies, more chronic stress, especially since the recession of 2008, 2007 through 9, and sleep problems, and air and water pollution. There's chemicals, thousands of chemicals in our environment every day that are alien to the healthy body and are completely new. None of our cells recognize these chemicals, and there are new ones introduced every day. So stress is, of course, humans have always had stress, but not the kind of chronic stress that never allows our body fully to recover. And we know that stress is the silent killer. It's involved in everything that kills us early: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, and all those things that reduce our quality of life: allergies, anxiety, depression, fatigue, sleep problems, weight problems. So we need to do things that support our body in recovering from chronic stress. Sleep problems are huge. Of course, stress is highly involved in that. Whether I have people say, oh, I don't have any trouble sleeping. I can fall asleep anytime. Well, that means they're not getting good, deep sleep at night. 70% of Americans have sleep issues, and we know that one poor night's sleep drops your immune system by 30 to 60%. Also, that's when your nervous system, your immune system, your digestion, your muscles do most of their healing. And it's when your brain lays down memory. So it has a lot to do with memory, whether you're getting a good night's sleep. Air and water pollution are in the headlines every day. Outdoor and indoor air pollution affect us, and in most places in the United States, the indoor air is actually more toxic than the outdoor air because of all the chemicals we bring into the home, in our furniture, even our bedding, our clothing, certainly cleaning products, air fresheners, all those kinds of things are chemicals that add to the body burden. And 7 million premature deaths annually are linked to air pollution, according to the World Health Organization. Water pollution since Flint, Michigan last year has become a major headline. We know at least 260 contaminants have been found in tap water. Bottled water is usually just tap water made tasting better by removing the chlorine, but it still can contain thousands of chemicals. Up to 24,000 chemicals have been found in bottled water, including endocrine disruptors, pesticides, medications. Just heard yesterday that I can't remember what government it was, but a local government said they couldn't remove the contraceptive drugs from their tap water with the filters that they use. So they were actually getting the medications of other people that have used the water upstream from us, plus agricultural chemicals and heavy metals, particularly lead has been found to be way too high in a lot of public water systems. So we really need to clean our air and water, because otherwise our lungs are doing the filtering and our body is doing the filtering for the water and trying to eliminate the poisons. Of course, the children suffer the most, and it's really atrocious in the most advanced country in the world to have malnutrition and obesity rates of over a third, and 1 in every 5 adolescents is obese. We know that children are 30% of them are overweight, and we know it's because they're not getting essential nutrients and they're getting too many empty calories. And it's not just the baby boomers that are starting to suffer from cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes and cancer. We're seeing it in younger and younger people, even in children. So we know it's not just because we've extended the age, and we haven't extended it that much, less than 5 years and 100 years. So it's really, our bodies are breaking down early because of the toxic burden and the stress. So less than half of adolescents are getting the needed amount of vegetables. Low-income families, of course, have it way worse, harder to get good health treatment, healthier foods, of course, higher stress, anxiety, and depression. And only 27% of high schoolers are getting the recommended amount of physical activity, and that's perfectly understandable if their nutrition is not optimal and they're have extra weight, which makes it harder to be active. So it's not because they're lazy, it's because their lifestyle needs some fixing up, some active wellness. So what is the answer? It's humans being more, being healthy by choice, not by chance, making all those little choices every day to move towards active wellness. And it's a process of education and making choices based on new knowledge. And that's where Nikken comes in. It's the most comprehensive approach to holistic health of any multinational corporation. And I used to be a corporate lawyer. And so when I saw Nikken, international corporation, I was like, I have to check this out. And it's highly respected around the world, has researchers in many countries, and a very solid company with a good management. But their basic philosophy has been the 5 pillars of health from the beginning. The founder, Mr. Masuda, said that a life in balance and true happiness depends on having a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And that healthy mind is that whole mental, emotional, spiritual. The body is all about not only being fit, but healthy and having a good longevity projection. Family is good relationships, And society is being able to give back in your work or in your off time. And finances is all about your ability to support all those other functions. And as a lawyer, I saw the partners in my firm making lots and lots of money, but they working 80 hours a week, not having time with their family. They got kind of pasty and fat, and their attitude wasn't so great either, being a corporate attorney fighting others all the time. And I felt that I wasn't really contributing to society working with that group of attorneys. High-powered, smart people, but helping corporations rather than people. And I just realized I asked Karen Rose to share that page, so I will move on and ask you, Karen Rose, to tell us about the Wellness Home. Are you there, Karen Rose? I'm going to unmute you.
Oh yeah, let me
There you are.
Okay, here I am. Okay, so you wanted me to share about the Wellness Home?
Sure, and if you want to add more to the 5 pillars, please do. I got excited and just went on with it myself.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, connected to the 5 pillars, that's one of the things that attracted me to Nikken was the fact that it was a Japanese company and the 5 pillars focusing on something more than just making money. But I also think that it's really important, you know, our mind affects our body, and one of the products Nikken has is also affects our finances. You know, that's a huge part of stress for a lot of people. I noticed one of the things you talked about in the presentation is low income families many times can't afford to invest in really good products, plus the stress of low income. So finances, you know, is a big part of that. It affects our family, it affects society, it affects our health, affects our mind. So I think that it's important. One of the beautiful things about Nikken and network marketing is that as a group we can come together like we are on this call and share information and have a company that's developed, like you said, a whole wellness home concept of creating an environment in our home where we can work out of our home and enjoy our health, which affects our finances as well. So, and also preventing, connected to preventing. We are an intervention culture. So this is huge, huge to be part of preventing. Who knows what we're preventing? It's a big question. You know, having healthy water. We know with the situation with the floods down in Houston, you know, the water is compromised. And knowing that we have these systems to help us through a challenging situation. I love the sport bottle. I love the water. The water and the sleep system are 2 of my favorite products. And so we have just an incredible support system with all the products, including all the nutrition products. I take those every day, and just being in a healthy environment is a wonderful way to start the day. And I also have an animal sanctuary here at my house. I have 4 dogs and a cat sanctuary, and just knowing that I have the water for my animals, especially we've had a pretty hot spell here in California this year. Unusually hot. It's been hot the last few days as well. So I go through a lot of water with all the animals, but it's just so wonderful to have that living water, pie water in our system. It's huge, huge, the benefits from that. So I just wanted to share that, and love being in the Nikken environment, and I feel that we are just on the cutting edge here of wellness, and we need to just get out there and share it with people and invite people to learn more about this. So that's what I'm excited about.
Cool, thanks, Karen Rose. And we can't see her, but she's She's working on getting her camera, and she helps me with these presentations. Thank you, Karen Rose. The next slide is about our 3 categories: nutrition and skincare, environment, rest and relaxation. And Karen just talked about the water. It's a key component because when we're fully hydrated, we respond better. All our organs work better. We respond better to our nutrition, to our rest and sleep, and so on. And I want to mention that the company this summer has kept the price of our waterfall unit quite low, but it is going up in the fall, in October. So if you are interested in quality water, please take an extra special look at our waterfall system and our sports bottle and shower system. And then the rest and relaxation is it is Nikken's signature line of products, because their very first product was a magnetic insole, and they've sold over 30 million pair. And in their first 4 years, the late 70s, they became the fastest growing company in the history of Japan, just sharing those insoles with people who wanted to buy them. And they're now in their 4th generation of evolved devices with magnetic patented technologies that really create the kind of energy that all living things benefit from, being in touch with nature. But in our modern world, most of us spend 95 or more % of our time on concrete or in cars or surrounded by electric and metal, and we are largely blocked from the natural energy of the earth, and also have a lot of distorting energies, the electricity and now the Wi-Fi, which didn't even exist when I started Nikken. So getting us in the right field to maximize our body's potential is what Nikken's all about. And if you're watching the video, you see the sleep system. That's the folded nature rest futon mattress topper with the folded comforter and the special pillows. And all of these are natural, sustainably raised latex materials, and completely free of chemicals. They meet all the safety standards for flammability because of the natural materials. They don't need chemicals. And they put you in an amazing cocoon for really comfortable restorative sleep. So it's wonderful to know that this company has been studying wellness, not just, fixing people that are sick. And but it's amazing what can get better, because so much is due to chronic stress and poor sleep and poor hydration. And I want to speak briefly about the nutrition and skincare, because I am a certified nutritionist and I've been teaching nutrition for over 40 years. And the line of nutrition that Nikken has is second to none. And again, it's in its 4th generation of evolution. We have absolutely unique products like the OsteoDens that's pictured on the video screen. And that is a natural substance that's been ultra purified so that nobody has any kind of allergic reactions to it. But it does come from cow's milk, organically raised cows in New Zealand. And it's the same complex molecule in mother's milk that helps build baby's bones. And it's called replenishment nutrition, because we do have it in our bodies, but as we age, we have less. And with stress and less than optimal diet, we lose minerals from our bones. So this transports minerals the way nature intended, in and out of the bones in a very healthy way. And there's nothing else like it on the planet. So that's one of our flagship nutritional items. But we have a whole series that cover all the major organ systems of the body and nourish it in a balanced way. That's the other thing I like. Nothing's overdosed. You're never going to overdo anything. And I take everything Nikken makes except the dog and the male supplements, and together they really support the body and make sure that you're getting all the things you need. And we actually need more of certain things when we're under chronic stress and living a modern life with so many toxins to deal with. So now we're going to, I want to say one more thing about the nutritionals. We have the only organic-based weight management program designed for every day. So you could use this the rest of your life. If you're trying to change your weight one way or another, you can integrate this into your life. If you start with the meal replacement mix we call Kenzen Vital Balance in the morning, it actually helps set your thermostat basically for producing good energy throughout the day and helping you feel good enough to make smart food choices. And there's a whole lot of other things involved in that monthly package, and I highly recommend it. It's the only program that has a full line for cleansing, balancing, and energizing throughout the day. So now we'll move on to our personal stories with the products, since it's the product showcase, and it's really personal stories that gets us involved. I mean, we can talk about the features forever, but it's really the benefits that we have personally experienced. So I'm going to stop the share and just tell you my quick story. When I started Nikken, because I was a nutritionist and we did a lot outdoors, I really didn't think we could get any better. But it made sense as a preventive move to be sleeping in a magnetic field, to have magnetic insoles in my shoes. It just made sense because I knew from nutrition that nature knows best, and my dad was a physician and said, don't mess with Mother Nature. So, so when I adopted that, what I found was I didn't get as tired early on when I was running or swimming, and my balance was better climbing stairs. So I thought, well, if it can help balance and tiredness and stamina for me, who felt like I had nothing that could be improved, how could it help people who really have issues? And so very quickly I discovered that many people were not sleeping well. When they got sleep systems from Nikken, they immediately felt better. You know, within the first night sometimes it would take 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week or two, depending on how badly their organs were suffering from lack of sleep. And then the other thing that I noticed the most was my husband had asthma as a child. And when we switched our nutrition, all his symptoms went away, except he still got congested at night and breathed through his mouth at night. And after being on a month or two, it's more like 2 months on the Nikken sleep system, he woke up with his mouth closed. And he was breathing so quietly, I was concerned whether he was still alive. But his chest was going up and down, nice and rhythmically, very quiet. And when he woke up with his mouth closed, he just couldn't believe it. So he started wearing the Nikken chain during the day, kept everything the way it should be, good breathing. So those are the things that I noticed immediately. And in 20 years, of course, other things have happened. I've broken a wrist, I smashed a knee, but Nikken just wows the doctors because things tend to heal in half the time when they're in the good energy field and hydrated and nourished. So Karen Rose, can you share some of your stories and some of your pet stories too? Because I love them, because the animals, they haven't read any literature, they haven't watched any videos, they just know that these products work for them.
Yes, so yes, I just wanted to say one thing again about the situation, just mentioned as well, the situation in Houston, and, you know, just being able to have the water, also being able to have food. You know, we have food, I mean, being able to have the green zymes, the vital balance, a lot of people, you know, are not able to get food sources so that we can have supply. I always have extra supply. I put a little bit aside. I do that with my animals as well. I have things that I put aside in case of an emergency. I have extra bags of food and everything. So knowing that we have that I mean, we could live off of the green zymes and the vital balance and the water if we had to, and have our nutrition, not even have to go to the store. I notice with the vital balance that I feel better with that than I do when I eat breakfast. You know, I feel more alert, I feel vibrant. That is a magical potion to have in the morning. And the other thing I want to say is I love the products for the animals. Another one of my favorite products is the Mag Duo. And a lot of people, you know, that's just, that little product is just amazing for horses, and dogs. It's great to roll on your spine. You know, have somebody else give you a little rollout on your back. Just give it to somebody else and just say, hey, you know, roll it on your shoulders, roll it on your spine, roll it on your body. And that's another thing, you know, just taking that in a situation, going back to the Houston situation, you know, just having the Mag Duo, you could go around and give people massages, you know, and people could feel better. And that little tool is miraculous. I think it's not even, sometimes don't even know what they have with the Nikken products. But I love the Mag Duo, so I just wanted to say that's a very, very special product. And there's even a little video online called the Emotion Code that actually rubbing that on your body is really good for very deep emotion, releasing a lot of emotions. And what I do when I work on somebody, I really connect to their heart chakra, you know, connect to their heart and roll that on them. And you're going to get some kind of response from people. It's very interesting. So I love that product. I just wanted to share that for animals, for people. It's very simple. It's easy. It's easy to carry around. And it's a magnificent product.
Yes, it's a great way to introduce people to the Nikken power of the technologies, because you can just help people reduce stress if people are really worried. You know, I kid around and tell people when they're on the road to carry a Mag Duo, just, you know, if they start feeling road rage in a traffic jam, you can just roll it on your shoulders or your knee or your elbow, your wrist, and just feel that good energy, like you're lying out under a tree instead of stuck in traffic. And all of our products have similar effects. So can you share a specific story, Karen Rose, about yourself or one of your animals?
Well, I think probably one of the most dramatic stories was a horse I work with a healing horse group back in Ohio. And I was visiting my mother. My mother had a health challenge at the time, so I was very stressed out about that. And I was going out to the ranch to get healing from the horses. And it turned out they needed me. One of the horses, Molly, Michelle came up to me very dramatically and she said, we have a horse that's dying. And I said, what's going on? Molly is one of my favorite horses out there. She was on the ground. And they have some of the products, but again, I know people don't know how to use these products. And I always carry the travel comforter with me. I have the Mag Duo, I have the Mag Creator. I had a Mag Creator I left in Ohio. I leave that there. And I grabbed, I said, you have some of these tools. So they had one of the old Palm Mags, and I had somebody use the Palm Mag. I used the Mag Duo, put the travel comforter over the horse, and within about 5 minutes, the horse stood up, and it was amazing. This horse was down on the ground. She thought the horse was dying, and this horse stood up. And the other thing that was really interesting is the far infrared reduces, they get inflammation. Horses, when they're stressed out, they get inflammation in their feet. And so by massaging with the Mag Duo and putting the comforter, the sun's energy comforter over the horse, it reduced the inflammation in the horse's feet, which is another reason why she could stand up. So, and what was really great is the horse was able to see the vet and be able to stand up and not be on the ground suffering. So it was just pretty phenomenal to watch that. That's probably been one of the more dramatic horse stories. Another one was using the Mag Creator so by giving a massage to the horse, this mare, it was her first baby, and the baby was able to turn around and come out. And a lot of times that can be a very expensive, you have to call out a vet, and it can be very expensive. And so the baby was able to get in position to be able to come out properly out of the horse. And that was a huge, huge benefit from just using the Mag Duo massage and the Mag Creator massage tools.
Wow, that's truly amazing. And there's just endless things that these products can do, and they're safe and effective, and it's nice that Nikken patents them. And so those of us who are sharing it with people know that it will always be available to us. So I'm going to share a couple more slides quickly as just little reminders. That our experiences are endless. We could go on for another half hour, no problem. But ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow, especially in those 5 pillars of health. And Nikken addresses our health issues through natural science that replicates nature, but it helps the mind and the body and the heart and the emotions. And then we're more available for our family to help society, and if we want to build our finances. So we invite you to be a customer. Start anywhere. The Mag Duo, the insoles, the water, I highly recommend this month, especially because it's a very good price, a kind of summer sale kind of price. And then if you fall in love with the products, we invite you to upgrade and become your own entrepreneur and earn reward from Nikken for sharing the products. And you can develop a full-time home career, if you like, with Nikken. So I appreciate you watching this video, and get back with the person who invited you to watch it. And thank you, Karen Rose, for sharing your story, and for the people who are live on board at the royalalliance.com. And so I'm going to stop the share and end our recording here.